150 land, Southwest, clear to land, wind calm. Clear to land, Southwest, 150. Right turn ahead for Bravo 5. Bravo to the rest, couple of ramp there. Bravo 5, Bravo to the rest.
Alright, good evening everybody. You guys join us for something a little different. It is Friday. Again, we're on the 05s tonight. And a runway closure at 7. I have to be here till 9 o'clock anyway, so we set up over on the east side of the airport tonight. So we're going to catch teeny tiny glimpses of our 777s tonight. So I'm here. I've got to pick somebody up, and then at 9 o'clock. So that's why we're here and doing a show this evening. So again, a good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week. Checking sound levels here, making sure you guys can hear me, and trying to drown out the noise of that buzzing. I gotta see about getting us another cable for our radio. It was just a cheap one that we ordered on Amazon. So we'll have to see about ordering another one. So again, something a little bit different this evening. We're going to be we're closer to the east side of the airport. No westward departures tonight, unfortunately. So that means no 777s. We'll catch glimpses of them. But again, I'm here till 9. So I wanted to make sure that we'll be able to capture everybody's arrival after 7 p.m. as you guys know. Sorry, we had to switch devices. The Wi-Fi device deciding not to work on us. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Must be in a dead zone for it. Cell phone, well, all the phones and stuff are up and down on service, which is really, really weird. We are right in the middle of the parking garage here tonight. So hopefully you guys can make it back to us. I'm gonna need a wireless charger for this, or a new phone. That'd be fine. Heard an A220. Again, not a whole lot to see when there's no movements. We do have some action happening off in the distance. Hopefully our service holds here. Again, working out some technical issues here. It's been a while since we've had any real technical issues here at the airport. It's working perfect with the cell phone. Alright, so this is Republic Airways 4630. They're coming in from Pittsburgh. Yeah, so I should still be here for the arrival of the Toronto flight. Thank you, Chris Brown, for the $4.99 super chat. I should be here for that Canadian arrival. Again, I have an arrival. I have family on a Southwest from Orlando later, so that's what we're here for tonight. The main reason for our show. Alan Lee with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Alan. Looks like our service is stabilizing here a little bit. Should be a nice shot of the sunset tonight as well. You see the American Eagle from Pittsburgh. So like I said, the runway's going to close at 7 p.m. So we set up for the west run, or the east runway tonight. So no 777s, unfortunately. So I do apologize about that. But I'd rather be able to bring you guys a nice long show rather than an hour, right? Like Wednesday show, hour long. We want to extend the length of tonight's show. Again, like I said, I'm here till 9 o'clock. Either way, why not bring you guys a little bit of content? Got an Exec jet on final here. This one coming in from Charleston. This is a flex jet. Bombardier Challenger 350 on final. Got a Southwest coming in behind this one. Should be a really good shot of Southwest. This is a HondaJet. Not what flight radar said it was. Nice looking little HondaJet there. Southwest coming in next. Let's see if we can take a peek at what's happening over on the other side. Again, we'll catch a small glimpse of our 777s over here, possibly. I don't know yet. Obviously this one, A321. So a little more difficult again tonight, but again, the runway is supposed to close at 7, so we'll be in the correct spot for it. Hey, Nelia, good evening. So we'll catch about this much of our 2 777s tonight, and of course there's all that stuff in the way. So again, not too much of them. Still got all the arrivals. Here comes our Challenger 350. This one coming in from Charleston. Flew the A330. Ooh. Nice. I want to make that flight one day from Frankfurt over here, or vice versa. Nice sounding arrival for the Challenger there. Ooh, I hear helicopters. Over there. ABC 11. So we got Southwest up next. Southwest 3050, this one coming in from Houston, 737 MAX 8, 2 hours 7 minutes of flight time. Got another arrival over on the other side. I believe this is JetBlue. Coming at us over here on this side. Or is this United? United 1322 coming in from Washington Dulles. A220, but I don't know if that's on our side or if it's over on the other side. It's on our side. What? And a Southwest trailing our Breeze. Got a King Air, got several headed out here. The King Air making all the noise. Southwest lined up, ready to go, as well as Breeze getting out of here. Well, their radio is not very good tonight, is it? Goodness. ATC not very good at all. have to say one thing, the sound over here on this side is impeccable. Microphone's the same distance it normally is from us, but the sound is impeccable. Given that this is, I'd say probably 2 floors lower than us, and a whole lot closer over here on this side. Southwest doing Southwest things. This one kind of a special here. This one got the special sticker there on the front. I saw it as we were setting up earlier. So a really short turnaround for this one. Let me know if ATC bothers you guys. It's kind of annoying to me as well. So Southwest 1557 off to Denver, Colorado. Breeze Moxie 135 off to Tampa. So those two out of here, ready to go. Southwest 2091 coming, leaving out of here, headed out to Bewee. As our Beach King Air gets a move on. Yeah, we're a little slow on the arrivals tonight, looks like. Looks like we got Air France popped up on flight radar. The American 777 starting up over on the other side. You guys can probably hear the 777s getting ready to go. All I can get you is the top of the tail of the 777 tonight. Again, we were aiming for a long show this evening. Not necessarily a show all about our triples tonight. Again, I am here until 9 p.m. regardless. So I figured why not try to give you guys a nice long show. Yeah, I'm gonna schedule a show for Sunday. It'll be a short one. It'll be from 3 to 7, but Unless me and Miss Carolina decide to do something crazy on Sunday and go somewhere, but I doubt it. Being that we were in Charlotte last weekend. I don't know if she's got anything going on this weekend. Probably looking for a spot. Sadly, you guys, this is all we get of the 777s. It does look like Air France is on the move, however. So again, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday, I should say. Happy FRIYAY. Sun's already going down just beyond our 777 there. The clouds kind of messed up our normal sunset shot there, unfortunately, as well. And then, again, like I said, I'm here till 9 o'clock. If you guys are just joining us, at least 9 p.m. I have family flying in on Southwest from Orlando. One of which being my child. Turn ATC down. I don't know what's wrong with ATC, but Definitely not working the way it's supposed to, unfortunately. About to see Air France pop around the corner here in just a couple of minutes. We do have another arrival. We've got American 1888 coming in from Dallas Fort Worth. 2 hours 4 minutes for that 737 MAX. Do we have any FedEx this evening? Friday night, so I doubt it. Nope, no FedEx this evening. So American 1888 from DFW. 2 hours 5 minutes of flight time for the 737. Yeah, she's right. The parking garage tonight, full. Every level full. I think the only other level that wasn't full was one further down, and it had like 7 spaces on it. We got lucky with the space that we found here this evening. So there's Air France. The only real shot we're going to see of Air France tonight as a Velo gets out of here. So tonight, with that inbound flight later, we're going to try to get a shine the light moment, maybe. So hopefully our inbound from Orlando tonight will have some lights on it. It's the 777-200 with the GEs on it. So Air France flying at the 777 lately. Hopefully they do bring back the A350. I'd like to see Lufthansa bring an A350 to RDU next year. That would be fantastic. But don't know that that'll happen. So that Avelo is VXP 9550 off to MSO, whatever that is. Words are hard. Got a Southwest rolling out now. That's what you guys are hearing. So again, like I said, this is not, if guys are just joining us for the first time, this is not our normal position. Thank you, Jay, for the arrival there on our expected flight, 9:25 this evening. So we are waiting for a Southwest flight a little later on this evening. Got one that's not up on, not on flight radar at the moment coming in. Man, 6:40 and the sun's gone already. Just think, after the beginning of next month, this will be 5:40 in the afternoon. So that means we're going to be starting the show almost completely in the dark for Wednesdays. Is this the Beach King we saw leave a minute ago? Giving Air France the call. I'm sure you guys can't hear it. I turned it down because it was really, it was bothering me, so I'm sure it was bothering you guys as well. Yeah, I would love to see an A350-1000. Too big, unfortunately. Too big for our taxiways and stuff. Oh, there you go. Focus beyond those little stupid light poles. As Air France, that 777 rolls out onto the runway. Got a Southwest sitting at the end of the runway waiting for their departure. So Air France will head back to Paris. So we get set up and ready for the evening. Delta 1370 from MCO, going to be our next arrival. That's going to be an A319-100. Yeah, so we can only, so Christopher Brown, here at RDU, we can only fit the 777-200s and the A350-900 as well as the Dash 8 Dreamliner. I don't know if we can fit any of the other Dreamliners in here, but yeah, all the bigger stuff can't fit. It's too long, won't fit at a gate. 747 400 will fit at one of our gates. Yeah, we're supposed to get the A340s a little more this winter. Too, by the way, if you guys are interested in the A340s. Yeah, wintertime's going to be rough for us. Wintertime always is, usually. I have a heated jacket, which the missus is asking for already. So we bring out the heated jacket. I've got heated gloves. I've got, the only thing I don't have is heated pants. I do have snow pants, but they're not heated. Those will be a little bit more difficult to try to throw on before we start a show in the, the evening on a Wednesday, but we'll do our best. Yeah, snap on products. Delta coming in from MCO. 1 hour 13 minutes of flight time. You had another one of those? Southwest getting out of here. This looks like, let's see. This is Moxie 745 Breeze Airways. You saw them cross in front of our next Delta. So they're coming in from Columbus, Ohio. Moxie 745. Yeah, so they had more passengers, more traffic than LAX. So they're number 6, LAX number 7. This is going to be the A220-300, by the way. 52 minutes of flight time. Got a nice long shot for arrivals here this evening. One of the perks of being where we're at. Delta over here on this side. This is going going to be Delta 3246 coming in from Atlanta. Yeah, one of these days, if I could ever get a Thursday off, we want to go out to Seymour Johnson, but getting a Thursday off to be able to bring you guys that type of show is really, really difficult. Because I love the military stuff. So 55 minutes of flight time for the 737 there. Got a couple of arrivals here on this side, neither one of which are on flight radar. Boy. Looks like we got a little Cessna possibly about to touch down. No, Cessna. Something small though. Again, not on flight radar. It was, I thought, earlier. That'd be nice. Just hanging out over your house for the flyover for the games. That'd be really nice. Thank you, Leroy. Glad you enjoyed Sunday's show out there in Charlotte. I know we should have figured out a way to cram in more Charlotte shows. We only have 2 more weeks left of the runway closure, but still. So the tower is over here actually behind us, between both the runways. Out there ready for departure. Looks like it. There we go. Finally finding a point to focus on. All right, next arrival looks like it's going to be an American Airlines. No, it's going to be Delta. Got another Delta. Delta 508 coming in from Los Angeles. What's happening? Oh. nothing's happening at Seymour Johnson on Thursday. It's just everybody wants me to go out there and do a show, and that friend of mine says that that's the best day to go is like Wednesday, Thursday, to go and get the most action out at Seymour Johnson. And I can't, unfortunately, I can't get too many Thursdays off to go do shows. Yeah, that's not too long. 35 minutes to make it from here to Hickory. 28 minutes from here to Charlotte. It's a nice short flight. Yeah, so a friend of mine's like, yeah, dude, you got to go on Thursday in order to be able to see a lot of action and this, that, and the other. And I just haven't been able to go out there and do a research trip or anything to figure out if it is actually busy or not. So Delta 508 coming in from Los Angeles, looking at 4 hours 21 minutes of flight time for that one. Some motorcycle action happening down there somewhere. Hopefully we'll have some lovely views of them crossing the bridge down here as the night progresses here. Because like I said, runway should close here shortly. Let's check out the last little bit of daylight we got left. Pretty sunset this evening. Where are you playing? Yes, so I'm in between Florex. I'm in between both parking garage, or in between both terminals. And it was, like we said a little while ago, it was absolutely full today, unfortunately. No real, and of course, you know, they're on the 5s and the runway closures, so picking a good location today was a little bit more difficult than it is normally. So we thought we were gonna possibly set up over on the other side, wait on them to close the runway, and then move the show over to this side. Again, I'm here till 9 o'clock, so I got nothing better to do till 9. We've got Republic Airways 4596 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. That E175 LR. So now we should start seeing all of our arrivals over here just behind us, being that it is, or I say behind us, off to the left here. Given that it is 6:58, they'll shut the runway down here in just a few minutes. All of our arrivals will make their way to this side. So we got Republic Airways, that first one in your shot. Followed by American 1904 coming in from Charlotte. That's going to be an A321-200. And we also have Iceland coming in here in just a little bit as well. As a matter of fact, I got to check on poor old Iceland here. We've got JetBlue 2783 coming in from Boston. That's going to be one of the new JetBlue liveries. Iceland from Reykjavik, still 25 minutes out. Boy, the ATC radio is really, I don't know if their radio is messed up or what the deal is tonight. I could hear it just fine, and then all of a sudden it changed right before we started the show. I don't know if it's the headset this guy's using or what, but for our radio it's not very good. So this one right here is American Airlines 1904 coming in from Charlotte. 27 minutes of flight time for the A321. So the sky is really, really red here now, like extremely red. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it is. That's about what it looks like. Try to lower that down a little bit. That's about what we're looking at there for the sunset. It's a wonderful color still left in the sky this evening. It's really, really red. Shot as we see Delta, that 737, crossing the bridge, coming up here, getting ready for their departure. Nancy Miller getting gifted a membership by Miss Carolina there, Mrs. Carolina. Yeah, they can. That would actually be really cool to be on a flight tonight. Fly over the fair or be near the fair. Fair started yesterday. guy at work went, sounds like it's going to be expensive. We don't do the fare. It's not something we normally do. The only thing that I go for the fare is food. Rides, nah, I don't trust mobile rides. I'm not a fare kind of ride guy. I would when I was a kid, and then maybe kind of sick. Yeah, the guy at work said it was extremely expensive for him and his family to go this year. Departures. I'm really going to struggle here trying to see over here at who all's coming up the hill. Can't tell if they stuck the thing out there or not. And of course, we can't hear ATC being that I've turned it down. So, instances like this, we don't have a whole lot to look at over on this side. That's the bad part. We'll take a look at flight radar here, see what we got going on. Let's see where Delta's going. Well, I would, but it's not up on radar. Got JetBlue 2783 coming in from Boston, Massachusetts. This A320 will be coming in here in just a minute. That's going to be JetBlue's new livery. Christopher Brown with a $1.99 super chat. Ultimate flight, mine is Emirates or Etihad A380. Absolutely, I really want to fly on an A380. Like, if there was no other plane that I want to fly on, it's definitely an A380. They just look so comfortable. But better quality, yeah, absolutely. Even with a terrible airline, it's still a good ride. It's an expensive ride, but nonetheless, it's still a good ride. I enjoy flying. I love it. I wish I could do it way more often. Now I see those guys out on the end of the runway over there. Don't get to fly nowhere near as much as I would like to, if I'm honest. Hopefully we'll get to fly in December. Yeah, Fareed, so we're in a new spot because of the runway closure. I wanted to give you guys a nice long show. I'm trying to do something here. A nice long show. And we got family coming in over on Terminal 1 side, so we decided to set up closer to Terminal 1 tonight. It's Friday night. The last Friday show we did was absolutely excellent, nice and busy. Tonight, however, it doesn't look like it's all that busy. We do have a Southwest, we do have that JetBlue coming in. JetBlue now 3 minutes away. Yeah, I think the biggest we've flown has been the A321. And we did that last year when we went to Orlando, flying Frontier last year. Got one coming up the hill. There it is. Is this Copa? No. Yes? That is definitely not a United tail. That looks like Copa. Hold on, let's get to the bridge over here. We'll catch that one crossing the bridge here momentarily. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, we wanna fly again, like I said. So I wouldn't mind flying Breeze if Breeze is still doing Tampa in December. I wouldn't mind flying Breeze to Tampa, just because I want to be on an A220. And then just rent a car and drive over to Orlando. She's also not scared to open nasty, smelly food either on an airplane. She did that the last time we flew. I'm sure somebody on that flight thought it was nasty. So it is Copa Airlines. Copa leaving here tonight, quite late. Must have had one major delay this afternoon. So again, JetBlue is going to be our next arrival. JetBlue 2783 from Boston. As we see Copa. Don't give her any ideas. Well, we sat what, about mid-plane last time, just in front of the engines. Last time we flew. Then we flew, when we came back, we were behind the engines, I think. The back is a lot more bumpy, for sure, because we were pretty close to the back flying home. No, I hadn't seen that Avelo's cutting routes. I know they've slowed down quite significantly. Copa go for it. They're still sitting over there. Copa back to Panama City. Got an Exec jet up next. NetJets coming in from Sarasota. Cessna Citation Latitude. 1 hour 27 minutes of flight time for that one. So now we're going to get a mixed bag of all of our flights in. We do have WestJet here. We saw it the first time in a couple of weeks on Wednesday. Was that this past Wednesday or the Wednesday before? So they send us the 737. 88 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. Hopefully we can make it to 150 this evening. Got about 2 hours left in the show, 2.5-ish. Probably be here closer to 9:30. Our flight's not landing until about 9:25, it looks like. Departure time about 7:40. hopefully the kiddos will give us some light. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to focus on that little one. Got Frontier headed up the hill. We've got a Delta about to head up the hill too. Still have Iceland coming in from Reykjavik, Ice 821. They're just now downwind of us, it looks like. So this one right here is quite the surprise given Copa Airlines. That one should have been gone forever ago. So I'm assuming they had some sort of big issue here this afternoon. Southwest headed out. That's what you guys are hearing now. They're taxiing out to the end of the runway. So another Delta. So it looks like we're going to start getting busy here. A lot of planes coming up here for departure. Our net jets. I don't know what that other one was, but there's this one here is going to be our net jets, I believe. Salt Lake City. Okay, I was wondering. I never did see it again on flight radar, so I didn't get a handle on where it was at or where it was headed. I didn't know they were cutting flights like that. You didn't see too much of that Delaware flight or the other one, Sarasota. I think we caught it a couple times over the summer, but nothing real significant. Thank you guys. 100 likes. Greatly appreciate y'all smashing the like button this evening. Oops. Noisy Southwest. That's Southwest coming at us from Bewey, Southwest 1467. This one here not up on flight radar. Frontier 1669 off to Atlanta. That's just behind the little CRJ here. gonna have to get a move on here. They got somebody barreling down on them. Who's our next arrival here? It's gonna be Iceland from Reykjavik. Maybe our next arrival. Right here in front of me is causing me all kinds of problems. You guys can see that that glow, unfortunately, of that light. I believe Lynn is probably our farthest viewer away. Lynn's tuning in from the UK. Iceland from Reykjavik, that next arrival, that last arrival. Let's see, we got several out here waiting. Frontier off to Atlanta. Frontier 1669. This is Martello. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Martillo. The bonehead shark. Names are hard. Just gonna throw that out there. If you guys don't know that by now, names for me are hard. So Southwest just behind them. They're off to Chicago Midway, Southwest 3051. It's going to be the 737 MAX 8. They're going to go out just behind Frontier here. Basement critters. So there's our next departure, Southwest, off to Chicago Midway. Delta turned their transponder off. Got a small plane coming in. We've got 3 on final. We got a smaller one coming in right now. I'm not even going to try to torture the camera and put it through that. One of those liveries I would like to have seen was the Iceland Northern Lights livery on that 757. Hopefully they'll paint it on something else. Maybe they'll paint it on one of their Maxes. So that little one one touching down there. Not sure what that is. Cessna or something. We've got several more off in the distance. Looks like our next arrival is going to be Endeavor 5232 coming in from LaGuardia. 1 hour, 3 minutes of flight time for the CRJ. Again, apologies about the glare off of that light. Nothing we can really do about that. That does not look like a CRJ. Definitely not a CRJ. Camera doesn't like it either. This one also not up on my flight radar. Two small arrivals. Looks like a Pilatus. That was Endeavor coming in from LaGuardia. Sorry, my child calling me. He's so excited that I'm out here doing a show for his arrival tonight. Told him he had to sit on the left side of the plane and shine the flashlight out the window for us. So we got Delta on the runway now. Finally, took them a hot minute to get there. Delta 2699 off to Minneapolis. This is A321-200. Nice sounding departure. So this one, another Exec jet, private owner. This one coming in from St. Petersburg. Airport code Pi. Coming into RDU. What would be well? Need to find an airport code LUV and go from LUV to PIE. That would be cool. Who doesn't love a good pie, especially now in the fall? Thanksgiving's coming up. Nice apple pie, pumpkin pie, key lime pie. So this one, a Cessna Citation CJ3. Still not over this cold. Had this cold going on, what, 8-9 days now? Still not over it. Now that it's chilly outside, my nose is running. Good evening, Adam. Next arrival is going to be JIA 5407. This is PSA Airlines, operated by it's an American Eagle operated by PSA, coming in from Washington, D.C. via Reagan. 46 minutes of flight time for the CRJ 900LR. Our little HondaJet from earlier. It kind of looks like a HondaJet. Believe that was that HondaJet we saw land a little while ago. Couple of arrivals here. Got American Airlines once again. American Airlines 1441 coming in from Philadelphia. That first one in line, that A320 200. Miss Ramona in the house. Miss Ramona's off having dinner this evening. And again, I do apologize about that light flare right there. Over level 6 here. So that's why we're getting so much of that light pollution in the end of our lens. Next arrival is going to be Frontier 4207. Jaragua on board this one. This one coming in from Syracuse, New York. 1 hour 12 minutes of flight time. You act like it's cold out here. Did that die? Huh. Miss Carolina acting like it's cold out here. She's got the heated jacket on, the hand warmers. I know those hand warmers are going to be perfect in my glove. I wonder how long they last. I didn't even use them last year. Sounds like we got somebody over here trying to get a move on. Go past us here. We'll see them in just a minute if we do. Hopefully. Sounds like we got somebody starting up off to this side. Looks like our next arrival is going to be Endeavor 5322 coming in from Washington, D.C. once again. This one coming in from Ronald Reagan. It's going to be another CRJ 900LR. This one a Delta connection. I just want to know what's starting over here. Could be Southwest, could be Breeze, but I do feel like it's going to be a Southwest. E175 headed up the hill. But I swear there's still something else over here though. I see an E175 headed up the hill, but I swear there's something else starting up over here. Terminal 1. There it is. A220 starting up over here. There's the culprit of all that noise, breeze. And that A220. If it's not the planes you're talking about there, Adam, I do have the ATC on, but there's something off with the ATC tonight, and so that might be another thing here. But ATC not coming through clear at all this evening. Got Southwest coming in next. Southwest 3349 coming in from Las Vegas. 737 MAX 9 coming at us real quick here. FedEx feeder coming in here shortly. First one coming in from Newbern. Mountain Air Cargo 7503 coming in from Newbern. It's going to be 6 minutes away. The UNC game, probably. That's a lot of people coming out here for the UNC California game yesterday afternoon. We had a American 787 Dreamliner land in here yesterday carrying those California students. I saw it on flight radar. Of course, I wasn't able to be out here. I don't know what this one is. This must be an Exec jet. It's not on flight radar for RDU. Coming up the hill here for departure. We'll see if they let anybody go here. So we got our FedEx feeder on final. That's what we got right here. This is the ATR 72-600F. This one my favorite. You guys voted this one better because of the LED lighting the other day. We were talking about it. Because we'll have the other ATR come in later, and it has the regular yellow halogen lights on it. Not as... doesn't look as good in my opinion. Looks like we got several lined up for departure over here. Embraer Lineage 1000. That's nice. Thrusters tonight for the ATR. Bree's going to get a move on here before our next arrival. Next arrival is going to be Southwest. Southwest 1340 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. Going to be another 737 MAX 8. Southwest 1340. Another MAX, again coming from Nashville, Tennessee. Hopefully that'll be the same for our Orlando flight. Yeah, so the 787 came in yesterday morning early. Came in, I think it landed at like 8 something. 8:30, somewhere around in there. Rail Stalker, good evening. So we had that American Dreamliner yesterday. Again, unfortunately I missed it, but I think a few people got out here early enough yesterday morning and caught it. So Breeze Airways, that last departure, Moxie 745 off to Fort Myers, Florida. Our next arrival is going to be Delta 2782 coming in from Boston, Massachusetts. It's going to be another A220-300. So that one on final right now as the CRJ gets it moved on. Be back around 6:30 tomorrow, just before sunset. Thank you for that update. There's our Boston flight. Somebody else hit the runway here. Hold on. And I decided so much light down here. It's hard to see who's on the runway and who's not. United out on the runway now. Endeavor 5184 headed to LaGuardia. That last departure. CRJ. A319 is screaming out of here. Very, very loud departure for that A319. Bet that one's headed back to DC. United 1502 headed to Washington Dulles. Gifted that membership there for Mrs. Carolina. A huge thank you to Mrs. Carolina. Gifting out some memberships. Right Eagle, I would love some stadium lighting out here. It's funny, the airport's not really in the middle of nowhere, but there's not enough city lights out around the airport for us to have a really good view of the planes coming and going. Very, very dark here at RDU. Got another one sitting out there. It's really, really dark around RDU, unfortunately. It drives me nuts. American 1888 off to DFW. That's 737 MAX 8 for American Airlines. Got our other FedEx ATR. They almost come in back to back tonight. Mountain Air Cargo 7508 coming in from Ramona Town. Miss Ramona's neck of the woods. That coming in from Wilmington. It's going to be the ATR 42-300. Only 31 minutes of flight time for this ATR. You guys will see the difference. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. The difference in lighting between the two ATRs. This one, the much smaller ATR, of course. I also feel like it's the older one, given that it doesn't have the updated lighting. I like the 600 better. A little departure out here. Looks like it might be a Cessna. Possibly a 172, 152. Can't really tell what it is. Got a couple more arrivals here. Looks like we got another Breeze Moxie 755 coming in from Sarasota. Gonna be our next arrival. Followed by another Delta. Delta 2992 coming in from Miami. It's going to be an A319. This definitely sounds like a Cessna. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's show you guys what we're working with at this end of the parking garage here tonight. Normally you guys see the other end of the parking garage and it's nice and well, nice and dark. Down here, that's that pesky light right there once again that's bothering me, but I really have a hard time seeing who's coming up the hill for departure. Just beyond all that over there. You can see an interesting turn here this evening. Where we're at is a little bit different. Got a good look at the road. Christopher Brown with another $1.99 super chat. Asking, what airport do I want to stream from in the U.S.? Good question. Good question. Miss Carolina's answer is Atlanta. I think Atlanta would be fantastic because you got your room, you're right there, you're out on the balcony. Atlanta would be one of my top ones. Let's see, trying to think. I like places with good scenery too, right? So Charlotte has good scenery when the wind directions are correct and you can be on the east side of the airport. You've got downtown. Phoenix Sky Harbor has beautiful scenery with downtown Phoenix. I really want to go to Miami, I think. I feel like Miami would be a fantastic airport to do a stream from. Got to do that in the wintertime, though. Too hot and humid for your host down there. Seattle would be good if you could get a good location. That's true. Las Vegas is another one that would be really nice to go to. Got to do that one in the wintertime too. Our equipment definitely is not handling 125 degree heat or 110 degree heat, whatever. However hot it might be that day, a wintertime day might be perfect for Vegas. So again, Moxie 755 coming in from Sarasota. That Delta coming in behind it. A little 2-for-1 shot there. Yeah, LAX definitely has all of the variety. JFK has a lot of variety as well. Boston's got a decent amount of variety as well. Our two closest major airports really don't, though. Well, I can't say that because DC, we love going to DC. DC is one of our favorites. Lots of variety in DC. I enjoy Charlotte for the action, but if you guys watched last Sunday's show, a lot of American Airlines. You're talking, you know, you kind of give up on ATC because you're just, giving out flight information. Because they're all the same plane. It really doesn't matter where they're going, honestly, in my opinion. But a lot of the same in Charlotte. We do love Charlotte, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I like a lot of variety. That's what I love about RDU. We've got so much variety here. I'd really like to do a show in Orlando too, but I don't know how well you'd be able to do a show in Orlando, honestly. So I'm also not a huge fan of going places that are already covered by others, right? You got Sal out in SFO, you got all the LA guys, 5 or 6 or 10 of however many LA guys are going out there. So those airports that are covered by major folks really don't hit my radar very much. I like to go places where there's not a whole lot of streamers already. I think LA would be cool. I would go out there to visit, but I don't know that I would do a show out there, to be honest. I've never been to California. I would enjoy going out there. Somebody coming up the hill. Ooh, yeah, Key West would be cool. Y'all talking about all these nice warm locations warming me up. It's chillier than I thought it was going to be this evening. 56 degrees. I did a little spotting at ILM. They've got some good locations. You got to talk to Miss Ramona though. She comes up here because there's no traffic down in ILM. Not a whole lot anyway. So we like airports with at least 150 or more flights a day. Their lights messed up on top too. Like we thought about going to Richmond, ILM. Like we when we first started doing shows and stuff, we thought about going to ILM, Richmond, and this, that, and the other. And we saw that there's not a whole lot of stuff as far as the show aspect goes. It's not busy enough to carry out a show. Asheville would be dope, in my opinion. That's my former stomping grounds there, Asheville, North Carolina. We need to get back to Dulles. Dulles is definitely one of my favorite airports. If I could go to Dulles more often, I definitely would. That's a nice long 4.5-hour drive. You spend 9 hours on the road traveling back and forth. Unfortunately for us. breeze coming in, Moxie 855 from Rochester. Southwest departing Orlando has just departed. That means we've got about an hour and a half left in this evening's show. They should be here around at 9:30 or so. Excited for Aer Lingus next year too. I know we talked a lot about that when they made the announcement. I'm excited for it. Disappointed a little, yes. Still excited though. Due to the fact that it's going to be the XLR, but a new airline nonetheless. So Delta 3246 off to Atlanta. That one giving us that turn and burn. I hear another A220 sounding like it's ready to roll. Something bigger, you know, like at least another A330 or something. There we go, there's my shot. Check out some traffic. Traffic light tonight coming around the airport this evening. Here another A220. We've got a Delta over on the other side. That one just arrived. Southwest getting ready to head to Nashville. Southwest 1202. About to push back over there. Iceland's departure, one of my favorite nighttime departures, here in just a little while. Man, oh man, there's nothing within a 500-mile radius. Not 500 miles. If you're following along on Flight Radar, the next closest arrival is 23 minutes out. For American from DFW, then American from Philadelphia is 17 minutes out. Then we have that one Southwest arrival. I need to zoom out and head down to Orlando. Southwest 1586. That's the one that we're tracking. They have not taken off yet. They're sitting out at the end of the runway right now waiting for their departure. I said that because Mrs. Carolina was like, oh, they've left. They're sitting at the end of the runway waiting for their departure there in Orlando. So leaving later than they were supposed to. They were scheduled to leave at 7:40. Going to be here until that one arrives. that we'll ever see Condor. Equipment change for the airlines. Yeah, I'm sure it would be. I think that's their next biggest plane, right? They don't have any. I don't know much about Aer Lingus, but I don't think they don't have any 777s. They don't have any Dreamliners, and they don't have any A350s that I know of. I think all they have are the 330s. I could be wrong. Again, I don't know anything about Aer Lingus. Looks like we got somebody over on the other side getting ready to make their way up the hill here, hopefully in just a moment. Still have that Southwest going out to Nashville here in a minute. See, there you go. A330-900 Neo is the biggest that they have there for Aer Lingus. Alright, there they go. They are on the runway now, finally. So again, we're watching Southwest 1586 from Orlando. Sitting on the runway at the moment. Getting ready to get cleared for their departure. And by the way, I think the only real Condor that I like is the blue one. The red one's nice too, and also the pink one. The pink one's nice. I feel like they need a purple one though. I think a purple striped Condor would be fantastic. Definitely a bold statement with them and going with the stripes. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's a big, huge debate, obviously, here in the aviation community. But I have to give it to them. They did something amazing by painting their planes with stripes, because of the fact that we're all talking about it. We're all always talking about Condor. It doesn't matter what show you're watching, whether they have Condor or not, like tonight. We're talking about it. So, from a marketing standpoint, that is a perfect move. Southwest 1586 finally on the move. Crossing 155 knots. Hello. Could be a viewer, could not be a viewer. All right. Banking to the right for Southwest 1586. All right, let's head back up to RDU now that they're off the ground and ready to go. American Airlines 706 from Philadelphia is going to be our next arrival here in about 12 minutes. We do have one headed up the hill very, very slowly for departure. I feel like this Friday night, was that Friday or Monday? We were really, really busy. Traffic at Greensboro is really, really slow, from what I understand. But also, I understand they're not very friendly over there. Some people say they are, some people say they're not. I honestly don't know. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get over this cold. There's that American Eagle coming up the hill, crossing the bridge. As you can see, they're close to the top of the screen. Ooh, that would be nice. Out to Ottawa. I can't get my phone to charge. Come on. try it, I guess. Hopefully that battery's on. There we go. Hopefully my phone will continue to accept that charge from that one. I don't want to get a new phone, but I might have to. Unfortunately. Dude, I would give anything to have a $34 flight. I would fly anywhere for $34. You could fly me out to the middle of nowhere for 34 bucks. Like, just as long as I'm on an airplane, you know? Kevin Hubbard gifted a membership there by our great friend Ramona. Thank you, Ramona, for gifting out that membership. I haven't had a cough in a while. You know, it really stinks how expensive the flights are out of RDU. We look all the time. Even looking in advance, the flights are ridiculously expensive. We've got a friend that's... Miss Carolina has a friend that's a travel agent, and she's like, yeah, they're still really expensive out of RDU. I mean, you can fly Spirit Airlines from Orlando to Los Angeles for 90 bucks. Can't even fly to Orlando for under 100 bucks from here. So a couple Americans sitting out here waiting for their departure. I think one of those is headed back to Charlotte. It's going to be that A321. I think that's the one closest to us. Best days is to book on Tuesdays. We'll have to remember that too, to book our flights. I also heard somebody say, somebody did a video on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, that it's cheaper to come into the airport and actually book a ticket inside versus online. So maybe next time we decide to fly, maybe we'll come to the airport and book it online, or book it at the airport. No, you walk in and book any flight. Yeah. What? You could walk in it right now and book it for December. Really got to get you a headset. If you're going to come out here with me more often, which now that it's wintertime, you're not going to come out at all, probably. Gonna have to get you a heated jacket like this one. They make heated underwear and heated socks. Just saying. We're gonna have to get Miss Carolina a headset. Shoot, with the battery you ordered, you probably could have a heated blanket out here. So if you guys don't know, we ordered a battery, and Well, it weighs about 70 pounds.
67.2.
I said about 70. This battery is huge, by the way, if you guys... I am surprised, though, it's down to how much percentage? 84% for an hour show on Wednesday, and then 2.5 hours here tonight. So it's not done too bad for itself. We're starting to freeze again. Bear with us, having a little issue here with service. There it goes. Nope. Definitely been a hot minute since we've seen one, a diversion. So apologies, all of our equipment here is crapped itself at some point here this evening. Nice departure for Southwest Airlines. Got another one off in the distance. Another arrival. Coming at us here in just a minute. That arrival's gonna be next arrival is going to be Delta, I believe. Hold on, I've got all couple of miles. No, it's American Airlines. American Airlines 979 coming at us from Dallas Fort Worth. 737-800. We've got a United 737 up here, nice and close. Likes. Good evening, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Trying to reach 150 likes tonight. Make sure if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Let's make sure Miss Carolina's phone is charged 97% here. Make sure we don't run into any more issues tonight. We've got about an hour and a half left into the show this evening. Waiting on American or Southwest 1586 coming in from Orlando. United gonna go for it. United with the turn and burn. I'm going to try to do a show on Sunday. We'll see what happens here. You guys know 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. is the only time the runway's open over here. Hopefully we'll have a north wind so that we can get here either early or stay a little later on Sunday. But we'll see how things go. So we're going to try to be out here Sunday. Like I said, depends on the weather. Running through an adjustment there on the tripod. So United headed off to Denver, Colorado. United 3927. Next arrival is going to be United or American Airlines 706 coming in from Philadelphia. This one right here is up on flight radar. This one headed American Airlines 1441 headed to Philadelphia. So one in, one out. American was about to have a nice early rotation there. So again, that one off to Philadelphia. The next one you're looking at right now, coming in from Philadelphia. Can I get my phone to charge? So again, American 706 from Philadelphia. But this Delta CRJ making their way out. This CRJ is Endeavor 5101 headed to LaGuardia. Southwest getting ready to head to Nashville. Maybe. I think that one has never fallen off flight radar. Got Frontier lit up. They're getting ready to head to Philadelphia, looks like. Got a Delta and an American off to the south coming in here shortly. Again, we're waiting on Southwest 1586. They departed 21 minutes ago. They've still got 56 minutes left in their flight. So they should be here right at 9:30. That'll be the last plane of the day. got several more starting engines over here on the right side. Coming from Terminal 2, getting ready to head up the hill here shortly, ready for their departure. Should have Iceland here before too much longer. Our next arrival looks like it's either going to be Endeavor 5193 from Indianapolis in 10 minutes, or it's going to be Delta from 1518 from Atlanta, 11 minutes. So you guys can hear, got several planes starting up, getting ready for their departures. So, Christopher Brown, it depends on how long the show is. The other night we paid $15.50. Tonight we'll pay the full $21 or whatever it is. $21. And when we go to Charlotte, it's $32 in CLT. Hopefully, though, if we go to Charlotte, we can cut that $32 cost once they get that other runway closer to being finished. Again, the only reason we didn't do it from the observation or the overlook is because of the fact that they had big piles of dirt right in the way. So each show costs us about $20 from here. Now, I think if we do our Thanksgiving special, which we've been in talks about our Thanksgiving special already, Thanksgiving morning will be out at the observation deck here, unless we decide to do something something different, which I don't think we will. We've got, to do our normal Thanksgiving thing here. So Thanksgiving morning, we'll be out at the observation deck for you guys, doing the Thanksgiving special for year number 2, our second annual. There we go. We got Southwest on the move. Exec jet, looks like a Gulfstream. Southwest gonna do Southwest. This is the one with the really yellow LED. Like this light's messed up or something. We saw this on the way in. JetBlue crossing the bridge. trying to fix some service connection issues. There's Iceland. Iceland headed up the hill here. Quite a bit of departures. Looks like it's going to be a toss-up. We've got Delta up next. So Delta Airlines, Delta 1518 coming in from Atlanta. This one headed back to Boston. This A220-300. has Iceland. Iceland, one of my, again, favorite departures at night. As the A220-300 gets a move on. From one Delta to another. Air Canada going to be our next arrival. Jazz 838 coming in from Toronto. So the CRJ 900 from Toronto up next. That means it'll depart over here on this side tomorrow morning. Canada there, touching down once again from Toronto. We got Southwest and Iceland ready to go. Let's give you guys a little bit of an update here. Delta headed back to Delta 2398 off to Boston. That was at A220. Endeavor 5198 off to Washington, D.C. That's CRJ departure. Next arrival is going to be American Airlines 1566. Got a Frontier headed this way. That's Southwest right there, Southwest 1202. They're headed out to Nashville, Tennessee. Looks like they're going to go for it. Southwest gonna do Southwest things, turn and burn for that Max 8. Oh, tomorrow night at 9:03. Still be on this side when they depart. I won't be here for that. Miss Carolina has something to do tomorrow night anyway. Southwest as they depart back to Nashville, Tennessee. Good sounding at Max 8s. So now we have American coming in from Miami. American Airlines 1566. This A319-100. 1 hour 37 minutes of flight time from Miami. To Iceland, off to Reykjavik. This one is a Max 9, Ice 821, so they'll make that six and a half hour flight back to Reykjavik, Iceland. So we got a Frontier coming up the hill. Christopher Brown saying hello to his family that arrived on Air Canada there. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Greatly appreciate all the support, you guys. 141 likes, 9 likes away from reaching our 150. So if you guys haven't smashed the like button yet this evening, please do so. Again, we're waiting on Southwest 1586 to arrive less than an hour from now, about a half hour or so. Gonna have a nice, hopefully a nice shine the light moment from the kiddos. The kiddos love shining the light when I'm out here doing the show, so. Got a little one gonna go out there in front of Frontier. We'll stick with Frontier though at the moment. Let's see, Frontier 2072. They're headed back to Philadelphia. Oh man, too bad we don't have any engine glow tonight. Just looking at that, absolutely looking like a perfect shot for engine glow there. John Southwell, good evening to you. Ooh, it's cold out here. I actually wish I had another jacket, because I am freezing. Computer says it's 56 degrees out here. I definitely don't believe it. We've got one on final. It's not on flight radar. Frontier Airlines on the move. Like a monitor lizard or something on the back of Frontier. Take a quick look here at flight radar, see where our final plane of the night is. Got several exec jets on the way in, looks like. Our final plane of the night looks like it's over South Carolina. They still have about 24 minutes left in their journey. Again, we should have a big shine the light moment from the kiddos. This one right here is going to be Endeavor 4956 coming in from LaGuardia. It's going to be a Delta connection with CRJ. Here another A220 on the move. after that, after our Southwest touchdown, I will end the show promptly. Tonight, I got to go down and pick him up. So we'll give our outros a little bit before our Southwest arrival. Got a private owner coming in from Birmingham, Alabama. Cessna Citation CJ1 on final. Got a United coming up next. Actually, we got another Exec jet after this one. A couple of them making their way in here tonight. Probably getting ready for the football games tomorrow. See lots and lots of well, not lots and lots, but we got 3 planes on the way in. United, they're cutting in line just in front of another Exec jet, that last one coming in from Asheville. That's Plane Sense. That's a Pilatus PC-24. 35 minutes to fly from here to Asheville, North Carolina. Man, I wish I owned an airplane. I could fly up to my mom's house in just 35 minutes instead of 5 hours. This one here, though, that private owner from Birmingham. United going to be our next arrival. I don't know if Frontier is going to try to go, or not Frontier. Breeze is going to try to go for it. Looks like they're a little closer. United 2192 coming in from Newark, New Jersey. This one's going to be a 737 MAX 9. 1 hour, 1 minute of flight time. Crazy how quick it goes in an airplane. Patiently wait on Breeze's departure here as that Pilatus PC-24, PC-24 comes in here from Asheville, North Carolina. Breeze Airways headed to Providence, Rhode Island. Moxie 755 off to Providence. Turn and burn for Breeze. Think of platypus when I see the word Pilates. So again, this one coming in from Asheville, North Carolina, out west. 40 minutes flight time by the time they touch down here. JPM Mac Aviation gifted a membership there by Mrs. Carolina. Almost to 150 likes. Thank you guys for getting us close to 150 likes. We got a little bit of time left here, about 20-ish minutes or so. Probably a little less than 20 minutes now. Oh, nice. You can hear the wheels hitting the runway. Nice quiet arrival. Not often we say that. But that was a nice quiet arrival for that Pilatus. Alright, let's give you guys a little bit of an update. Looks like Delta Endeavor 5152 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, going to be a CRJ 900LR. That one, 1 hour 10 minutes of flight time. That's going to be our next arrival. 2 minutes. Followed by American Airlines, or it could be Endeavor. Republic Airways 4399 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. That's going to be an E170 SE. Number 3, well, we've got a smaller one there in between them. We've got Quest Diagnostics. They're coming in from Reading. That's going to be a PC-12 45 after American. Then we've got United 2424 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. 737-900. And the flight we're waiting on. Now 15 minutes out. So Miss Carolina and I are going to have to try to shove everything in the car. So that one coming in from Nashville. This one, the next two coming in from Chicago. Well, no. The next one from Chicago. That's going to be that Republic Airways 4399. Sorry, cell phone died. there. Thought it was charging there a minute ago, but I guess not. So we switch back to the other phone here. I've had an abundance of cell phone or struggles with service this evening. Unfortunately, we haven't run into these service struggles in a while. Oh, yours doesn't stay on for flight radar. You have to do it in the settings. So we got that Pilatus PC-12 coming in. No, it's in the flight radar settings. Now you go in. I think it's somewhere over here to. You set it to where the screen doesn't shut off when you're using the app. Departure. I don't know what that was. Good sound and departure. Gonna have to hustle and get everything up. Yeah. But if we're picking him up, we still got to go out all the way around. I guess we can. Well, it depends on how quickly we can get this done. There's no spaces over there. There's no spaces. Guys for smashing that like button. Next arrival going to be that United from Chicago. two in line here. I know that's not going to focus very well, but number 2 in line is the last plane of the show. That Pilatus is trying to work his way off the runway. So the next arrival is going to be Republic Airways 4804 coming in from JFK, New York. So remember, if you guys are just joining us, or if you guys have been with us the whole time, the last plane of the show we've got should have a very nice shine the light moment. Hopefully the kiddos remember. They should. Thank you to you guys for getting us to 155 likes, or 152 likes. Hopefully we haven't lost the chat here. Celebrating 2 months of membership. Thank you to you. Apologies, you guys. The chat not up there a moment ago, so thank you guys for smashing the like button. Hopefully it'll work now through the remainder of the show. If I can get it to refresh. I actually don't know how to make it refresh. So I won't be able to put any more chat messages up on the screen tonight, unfortunately, due to whatever's going on with this thing. As Breeze Airways makes their way out. All right, here we go. We missed our last arrival. We did. All right, Southwest 1586, our last flight of the night. Should be a really good shine the light moment on board this Southwest 737. Kiddos sitting on the left side of the plane to give you guys a shine the light. I honestly don't know if the chat is actually working or not. Really can't tell. Okay. Come on, boys, don't fail me. Give me that shine the light. The Aviation, good evening. Join us just in time for the last plane of the show. Thank you guys for sitting in the tests. Thank you, Eagle. I see that. That engine light. So guys, that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. Greatly appreciate that. Seems our boys are busy playing on their tablets. So, again, thank you guys. Again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this edition of the show tonight. We'll see you again on Wednesday. We'll be back, or Wednesday. On Sunday, we should be back, probably around 3 p.m., depending on wind direction. Again, the runway closure from, well, around the clock, to be honest. Only open from 3 to 7. So, again, thank you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday, and we will see you on Sunday. Good night, everybody.